Hey, y'all doing? My name is Juan. I'm going to be giving a speech on hunger in America. Hunger in America has grown to desperate proportions, so much so that it has become a fantasy for many Americans to just put food on the table every day. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, 1971, the term hunger has three meanings. The uneasy or painful sensation caused by want of food. Second is the want or scarcity of food in a country. Third is a strong desire or craving. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture Economic Research Service, 14.5 of U.S. households struggle to put enough food on the table. 1 in 5 children is at risk of problems due to hunger, and in fact, for every 100 school lunch programs, there are only 87 breakfast sites and just 36 summer food programs. While these might be startling statistics, I find it equally troubling that we as a society can waste so much. According to a recent United Nations report, 30 to 50% of all food is wasted. In developing countries, food waste is due to lack of storage and transportation problems. I see no such difficulties here. Food waste is critical, not just because we can't eat food, but because producing food requires large amounts of land, water, energy, and inputs, such as fertilizer and labor, much of which is lost as well. Also, I have noticed a trend towards more natural foods, as well as increased consumer awareness as to what we eat. After some research, I began to wonder why a hamburger at McDonald's can cost just $1 and a loaf of bread can be upwards of $2. The reason I found is subsidizing. That means that the government pays cattle farmers so they can sell their products at a lower price to companies like McDonald's. Seems to me things would be better if the government would just subsidize healthy foods like whole grains, fruits, and vegetables, so that people could buy them at a better price, just like McDonald's does with beef. We also need to address this issue of hunger in America now, because later it will be too late. Just look at how malnourished our society has become in the last 20 years. While we've had a few health fads, our children, elderly, and economically challenged have had to suffer increased susceptibility to infection and disease due to lack of proper nutrition. Society as a whole suffers from lack of sleep, bad moods, and absent-mindedness, all of which lead to poor decision-making and are all symptoms of improper diet. As a society, it is also my view that if we leave these problems to the professionals, we endanger the brittle inter-community ties that bind us together as a whole. That is to say, if we neglect these issues now, the pros will come in and set up services that are supposed to help, but because most of them are from outside the community, they have a bit of a subverting effect on community confidence by transforming poor citizens into professional clients, undermining the ability of the community to solve its own problems, and cultivates a service society culture, unable to share its accumulated wisdom with the next generation. Now that I see you all are eager to get involved, let me tell you how the easiest way to donate food. Let me tell you how. Yes. The easiest way is to donate food, whether personally through food drives or donating money to hunger charities. I also found a website called the foodrecoverynetwork.org, which brings together students, colleges, and universities to recover food from campus and community to donate to people in need. Another way to fight hunger in America is to cut down on waste, wherever you might find it. Also help people with obesity problems, not because they're eating all the food, but because they help them get back on a healthy routine. Help others to do the same. Finally, donate time to food shelters and soup kitchens. Now let us visualize a positive outcome. Imagine waking up to a healthy breakfast and not having to worry about lunch or dinner, and knowing that your children and parents are getting the proper nutrition. How about seeing healthier options on menus across the country, along with proper portions that help minimize risks of illness and enhance life, longevity, and happiness? In conclusion, hunger in America is a big problem, and it's up to us to do something about it, because I don't think we would like the alternatives. So remember, teach everyone to eat right, proper portions, and help those with obesity. Donate food, time, and don't waste. Also spread the word on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, etc., and contact your U.S. Senator or U.S. Representative and tell them to advocate for hungry Americans.